Hey guys, Andrew here with the Reach Company. This is a essentials tutorial for the River Essentials website. Essential sites are websites for churches where they're already made. You just come in and replace our logos, colors, and content with your own, and you're pretty much ready to go. On this tutorial, we're going to look at how to add, how to edit the Connect page. The Connect page is where we house the ministries and then some of the next steps items for website visitors. We're going to look at how to edit some of the content on this page, and we're going to look at how to add another section here at the bottom. Specifically, we're going to be adding a form, a page for someone to apply to be a life group leader. And so we're going to do that piece by piece so that you can see how to build out a page on your own. To get started, we're gonna kind of go over this page, and we're going to select Page Builder. And this is going to bring up the page builder for the Get Connected site, the Get Connected page. You can tweak anything you need to here. If you haven't watched the page builder overview video, it might be helpful if you go watch that as well. Because we're going to kind of breeze through this, where we can just change the background image here by clicking on the row settings and then editing the background image, and then finding let's use this image right here, and clicking save on that, and that saves that image. To edit the words here, you just click on them, and like your church kids, whatever your church is, whatever your kids ministry is, we're just going to leave these as River Kids, and this is linked to the kids page. Same for the button. You can change the button info here. Scroll down. Maybe we want to change the River students to learn more about our students. And as you can see, that made the button 3 lines long, and so which is a really long title for a button anyway. But we can click on the style for the button and come down to the structure here, and maybe change the width of the button so that it all fits back on 1 line. Or if you like it on 2 lines, 3 lines, by all means, you go right ahead and you can play with the structure here. All you need to. If you save by accident on the button and you're like, man, I didn't mean to do that, you can duplicate one of these buttons by clicking that. Or over here in saved, we already have a main button that we use pretty much throughout this site, that it uses the site-wide colors. So whatever you set there will be the colors that are on this button. You can bring that here and relink it back to the students page. If you can't figure out how to tweak this back to the original way it was, I'm going to go ahead and change the text on this back to learn more. And I'm going to change that width back to 240 instead of 440 and save it. So that's how you tweak all the content on this page. You can go through each section here and change the background image, change the heading to what you need it to be, and change the button text if you so desire. I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. What we're going to work on is adding a section here at the bottom. But to begin doing that, we need to add a new page. So we're going to hover up here over New and click Page. This is going to take us to the back end, the dashboard area. And we're going to make a page about leading a life group. And so we're going to give it the page title. You'll see that the permalink is the link for the page comes up right there. I'm going to change this, and I'm just going to call it Lead for now. And if we scroll down, we see this content area. We're not going to mess with that. We'll use the page builder for it. And then down here in the page SEO settings, you have the ability to set your on-page SEO or your search engine optimization. I always like doing this because it lets me dictate what description of my page gets shared, both the way Google sees it and the way that like Facebook sees it. So if someone shares your Lead a Life Group page, you get to set the description, the snippet that you see underneath that link when someone shares it to Facebook. I'm sure you've seen the links that people have shared where it's just like some random content and stuff on the link. This helps you avoid all of that, so you get to declare what is shared when someone shares that page, and you also get to set a custom social image URL. So maybe you set a featured image for this up here in a minute, but maybe you want to make an image that says Lead a Life Group, like it says that on the image. And when someone shares your your Lead a Life group page, that is the image that is shared instead of just the picture that we're going to set here in a moment. Let's scroll back up to page attributes. We're going to select Get Connected. It goes under Get Connected. It keeps our pages nice and tidy on the back end. You don't need to worry about the template. And we're going to set a featured image. Bibles are important when you're leading a small group, so we're gonna go ahead and select that picture there. And we're going to click Publish. And so this is going to make our page live, but the thing is, there's no content yet. And so we're going to go to Page Builder. And this is going to open up the Page Builder for the Lead a Small Group page. And it's going to be blank right now because there's nothing there. And you have two options here, really. Really, you can build the page from scratch. Maybe you've fooled around with the builder, you've played with it enough, and you feel confident that you could build out the page. And I would also recommend, if you do go that route, we already have some rows over here that we use throughout the site, so you can keep that design, that feel, the same throughout the site, and the same for the saved modules. So a lot of these modules we use throughout the site, and we save them here so that you can use them, so there's site continuity in the design that you have. We're going to go a step further, and I'm going to use a template. So we have two templates saved. That Connect page handles ministries and it handles next steps. So if you were making a young adults ministry, you could select the ministry template here, and you could change the content there, add the content there, or whatever. We're going to select the next steps template, and it's going to pull up the template that we we created for the next step sign up, the first step class that we were making earlier. And we're gonna go through this page step by step. We're gonna add a brand new row here in a second, but we're gonna go ahead and tweak the content here up top that we already have, and we're gonna start by changing this this row background picture. And we could select another one, but I like the picture that we just selected for the featured image, and so I want to connect it to that. And the way we do that is you click this little plus icon to the side, and you connect the post featured image to it, and it should, after we make sure that it's full size and save it, it should refresh and it should show that picture of the Bible. There it is right there. Next, we want to work on this page title here that says First Step Class. You could just type in lead a group, lead something. I could type right. I want to connect it to the title that we just gave that page, and so I want to connect the post title the same way we did the featured image. Click this little plus icon, connect the post title, and Lead a Life group shows up. And I'm going to save that as well. And down here we have just a heading. I'm going to put lead from the front, something that I say a lot. Lead from the front, save. Next, we could just go right to this form and tweak it, but I want to add a row in between here. And so I'm going to go to my saved rows. Remember that these are used throughout the site for continuity, and I'm going to select this row with columns. And it's going to add this row right here. We saved this when we made the home page. And so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this big heading. I'm going to change the featured image, go to row settings, edit, and I'm going to make the background image this right here. And so for here, these are call-out modules. We're going to change the content here. I hope you don't mind. I just have some content I copied. So for time's sake, I'm just going to copy in this content here. Change the font size. This gets squished a little bit when you have it on the side. You can always drag it out here and make that bigger so that you can see better what you're doing. So I'm gonna make that, already made it 18. I'm gonna go back to 18. Sorry. And I don't want to have that icon over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that icon. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I forgot to update the title of that, so we're going to make the title Go Make Disciples, right? Here in this one, we're going to copy in some more content. And I'm going to call this, Yes, You're Ready. I'm going to copy in this content and I'm going to make it 18 as well, that large. And I don't need this button here, so I'm going to delete the button. And in its place, I want to add some accordion for maybe some frequently asked questions when someone is applying to be a life group leader. And so we're going to click plus over here. I'm still in the saved up here, so if you wanted to add an accordion by yourself, you could just search for the accordion and it would come up. For saved, I want to use this pre-made accordion. And this is an accordion that we saved from the kids page. And so I'm just going to replace some of this content with my own. Just 2 questions. You know, what is training like? I'm going to save that. And then what will my group do? Make that larger. And then I have this last one down here that says elementary to 5K. I don't want to use that, so I'm just going to delete it. And I'm going to save my accordion now. And so that row is ready to go, right? Oh, I forgot to remove that icon. You know what? I'm going to replace it just for you guys. Thumbs up, right? You're ready. Boom. Next, we scroll down to this form area. You can see there's like a little spacer right here. You can get rid of that if you want to. I like having that space there. Alternatively, you could just add padding to the top of it in the advanced area right here. Let's add padding to the top. Let's say 75 for padding and save that. And now I can get rid of that. And there's still padding there. You can do the same for the bottom. Let's go back and add 75 to the bottom. Padding, it does what it says. It adds padding to the top and bottom sides of that row. So now we have this form. Same here. We have saved forms. There's a styled form already for you to use if you want. But since this one's already here, we're just going to click on it and we're going to update the form that we're using to be the Life Group Leader application form. And you see that it updated just like that. We're going to click Save. And it looks like everything on this page is the way we need it to be. So let's go back up here and click Publish. And everything looks squared away, right? Now we just need to add it to the Connect page, right? So back in here, we're going to go to the Page Builder. And I'm just going to add this to the bottom down here under Serve. We should have a new connection row. But there's another way to do this, and that's just by duplicating this row right here. You just click Duplicate, and it's already there. I'm gonna go ahead and drag in the new connection row. And I'm going to change this to lead a group. If you remember, I changed that permalink, the link to the page, to just lead. I need to change the button to lead. And now I just need to change the background image. And so I'm going to make it that Bible picture from a minute ago. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to click Done, Publish. And so now that button will take me back to our Life Group Leader application page. So in this tutorial, we went through our Connect page and we learned how to edit the content that's already here. We learned how to add a brand new page, specifically the Lead a Group page. And use the template, plus we use some of our saved rows and saved modules to build out that page a little more. And then we came back here and we added that area directly here. We updated the links for the heading here and the button, and we updated the background picture. And now you have a Lead a Group page or lead a group area on your connection page.